I have a 2003 Sportster, and I noticed the speedometer was getting very close to the tank, and the handlebars had a lot of play forward and back. So I decided it was time to replace the riser bushings. Ordered the bushings, got them in the mail yesterday, went out to the garage today. You can see the slop in the handlebars, and I don't know how I didn't notice that before. There's the two bolts. That's all it is 2 bolts. You don't have to take anything off other than those 2 bolts if your bike's set up like mine. Loosen them both. They are hard to get loose. They're very, very tight. Once you get them loose, take them out, but only one side at a time. Just loosen them enough to get a little movement in the bars. Take them out one side at a time. You can swing the riser out of the way, just like you see here. And then get a screwdriver and pick the bushings, the sleeve, and the caps out. It's fairly easy. I mean, you don't have to get crazy with it. They'll come right out. Don't beat them to death. Don't dye them to death. You're working around chrome and paint. Cover all of that with towels. Your fender, your tank, and use some of the chrome if you're working your ratchet right ahead. But you can see what I'm doing here. I got a rubber face and nylon face mallet I'm using just in case. Swinging the bars out of the way, the bars in the riser, and it is a little tight, barely enough room to do it. But you can see there's the old and the new. Here's the hole itself, getting ready to put the bushings, the new bushings in. The top one. There's the sleeve. I just got it started and push it all the way through. And the bottom one in, and then push the sleeve down through there by hand. It's not tight at all. Cleaning the bolt up, putting a little bit of blue Loctite on it. One thing I've noticed since I've had Harley, this is my first one. The other bikes, my whole life, jet bikes. But I use more thread locker than I do oil on things. Putting the bolt back in, the caps on, put the bolt back in. Get it started by hand before you use a ratchet or a wrench on it. You don't want to cross thread it. And start to tighten it. But don't tighten it all the way because you still have to do the left side. You want to leave them loose until all the bushings are ready. Here I am on the left side. It's already loosened up. They're long bolts, and the locker they put on them makes them tough to get out. The worst part is getting them free enough to turn easily. There it is. This one has a ground strap on it, ground wire, in addition to the cup and a star washer that goes between the cup and the ground wire. Same process, just dig it out of there. This side was a little tougher for some reason. I couldn't swing the riser back to get the new bushing in. You see what I'm talking about. It did go in, but I had to convince it to go in my mallet. Roll one out. There's the hole. Leave up the bolt, thread locker. Yeah, this is a tough getting out. I couldn't swing it back at all. And you don't want to force things. Scared to death working away in front of me paint. I'm trying to hand twist it. It's the top cup. Nice and pretty in there. Get ready to put the bottom bushing in. And knock the spacer up in there, the sleeve. And it's in there now. And now get the bolt and put the ground wire, the star washer, and then the bottom cup on. And there it is. Swing it around, get it started by hand, and you start to tighten it. And I ended up going to a 1/2-inch socket. It was a 3/4 socket with a breaker bar to get them completely tight. And it's funny, I looked for my manual. Nowhere in the manual does it give the torque spec for that. If somebody does have it, let me know. And once I'm done, clean everything up. I got fingerprints on everything, so keep it clean. All cleaned up. Looks pretty. I didn't do any damage. There's the difference between the spacing and the riser movement. A lot of room between the speedometer and the tank now, and the forward rearward motion of the bars is very minimal. They're nice and tight. Feels good. That's the way it was when I started. I was coming real close to gouging my tank, and up top the bars had 2 or 3 inches of place. There it is. And that's it. It was easy to do. Not many tools needed. There they are. You know, that's what I used. And that was it. The big thing is protect your chrome, protect your paint. As you can tell by the video, the whole process took about 6 minutes and 30 seconds. In video time, in real time, it was about 2 hours done and cleaned up.